Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, you're so welcome. My name is Anya and welcome to Rafferty Art if you're new to this wee channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little sketching video. You will see all the footage on screen, and I guess we're just going to sit down, have a wee chat and just see what the crack is with everybody and just what's been going on, and I guess we'll just chat about a number of things. You'll see one of my original characters on the screen. And yeah, let's just dive on in for today. So yeah, I don't really have an agenda for this video as such, but I've just been having a think about, let me just see here, getting up my notes on my phone. As you can see, this is very, very disorganized. But I guess maybe this is like a follow-on to my video from, do you remember what was it? My brain's gone blank. Sorry, but anyway, about what God has taught me on my singleness for Valentine's Day. That video, I'll link it up in the card in this video here. But I guess this is kind of like a follow-on, I guess. As you may have seen in my last week's video about being an artist and being a writer, I guess this book has taken on a lot more of a prophetic thing than what I originally anticipated. Like throughout this whole journey, it's been interesting as to how God has been teaching me about godly relationships. Like it's just been really, really different. Like it's a lot more like, oh goodness, like there's a lot more meat in this than what I originally had thought, and what God has been teaching me about relationships and God and what that looks like for Christians. So I guess we're going to read out of 1 Corinthians 13, the iconic verse. So it says this, it says in chapter 13 verses 4 to 8, so it says, love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. Love never ends. As far as prophecies, they will pass away. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away. But yeah, like, it's just like such an iconic verse, and I think, as a single person, I'm sure like other godly women have experienced this before, like, you've been in relationships where like it has like maybe like the love that you thought that this person maybe would have had was like not patient, and this person was not kind. And I guess I seen a quote like months ago, like it was like this girl and her mum said put like your boyfriend's name or like your girlfriend's name beside like love and say like, this person is patient, this person's kind type thing, and if it's not all these, it's not love. And I guess like throughout this whole writing the story of the book as well, I don't really want to like turn this into like a writing channel or anything got there, but it's just to talk about it because the art and the writing sort of go hand in hand really. So yeah, like as you know, like in my singleness video, like I've had like a few relationships in the past, and like it was not patient, if I'm totally honest. It was not kind at times, unfortunately. But I guess, like these things do make you stronger, and it makes you more agile and more discerning for the future. And I guess, like, throughout writing this book and writing these two characters, like, I didn't realise, like, how different a godly relationship is to the culture that is today, because I do find, like, I'm sure you've seen it yourself, that the culture is very much, like, transactional in terms of, like, relationship, like, you give me what I want type thing, like, you're doing it for, like, your own sort of gain and what you can get out of it. But I guess, like, I've just realised that godly love is so much different, and godly marriage is so much different. Like, from what I remember, a sermon in my church, like they talked about submission, and that's like a really, really scary word. It was very scary to me before that time. But like I've just realised like the whole like sort of meaning behind that is that, a wife does submit to her husband, but that means like the wife comes under like a certain protection to the husband, like the husband will lay down his life for his wife, and it's like, oh, like this is like a lot different than what I thought it was. Like there's actually like a bit of responsibility from the husband to his wife. And I guess, like writing this story and writing this relationship and how they serve each other and protect each other through the dangers of the story. I won't spoil anything because it is still in the works. It is still a first draft, unfortunately. Maybe I'll publish it one day. We'll see how long it takes. But yeah, like it's just like godly relationships are just so much different to the world, and I guess it's a good thing to pray for. And I think the church does idolize marriage in a way, I guess, but I don't really think there's anything wrong with wanting a godly partnership, especially in this day and age with everything and all the temptations that surround it and all the warfare and what have you. It's not a bad thing to want a partner in all this, and I guess that is what God has taught me throughout writing this thing and writing these characters. Like, Like a godly love is just so different in the world, and just, you know, it's not a bad thing to pray for. But I do feel that, you know, with the original analogy, what I received for this, I guess, this character and this sort of, I don't really know what to call it. Let me know, give me a word down below in the comments, like what you would call this. I wouldn't say universe. Maybe it's not like a Marvel universe or anything like that, but anyway. But yeah, it's just been like interesting of how like God has taught me, you know, it's really not a bad thing to be single as well on the other end of the spectrum. Like, you know, I definitely think like over the past couple of months I've been sort of like up and down, you know, like you sort of like you see relationships on social media, all the godly ones, and like, oh, I wish I had like a godly husband. But then, like, thank God, like I'm very, very thankful to be where I'm at now. Like, you know, feel a lot more settled. Like, I hope to become more settled as the months go on, I guess, with, you know, jobs and stuff like that there. Like, you know, the art doesn't make that much money not at all, but anyway. Yeah, so I think, you know, just what God has taught me is just to be really settled and content in him, and just to go after the things that he wants from my life, because I guess I've realised, like, I am one whole person outside of a marriage. Like, God has a story for me and a purpose for me as a single woman of God, and I think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing to do. You know, to walk out, like, you know, spiritual gifts, and to walk out prophesying, like, it's taken me a wee while to sort of, you know, get the sort of hang of prophesying, really. And I guess, like, you know, walking out certain things in the church and using your gifts there, like, I'm on the tech team at church, and how, like, you know, like, the visuals and, like, the worship sort of go hand in hand, and listen to the Holy Spirit and being sensitive to what is going on in the room. You know, it's been, like, a very interesting calling, and, like, prayer for people as well. Like, I'm on the prayer team at church as well. I started in that, and it's just been such a privilege just to, like, be able to pray for people and to stand in the gap. Like, you know, I've never would have imagined in my wildest dreams that I would have, like, an art business and a YouTube channel and, like, starting to write. Like, this is just insane. But yeah, like, it's just been a very, very fun season creatively. But I have, like, gone through a bit of sort of art block and writer's block. Like, I do find, like, I go into, like, wee, like, slumps every once in a while, and, you know, it's just hard to get out of it, but it'll be fine. It'll be grand. And I think, like, doing, like, these sketch with me videos, like, have really helped me to, like, draw again and really stay, like, on track with, like, my skills and stuff like that there, because, you know, like, you know, being online, like, it does, like, sort of knock your confidence a wee bit when, you know, something doesn't do as well, or whatever the case may be. But we all have room to improve, and that's totally okay. Like, I remember making, like, the art block video. I'll try and link it up here, because it was, like, a year ago since I've done this, and, like, wow, I can't believe it's been, like, a year since I've been on YouTube. Like, I remember doing them little speed paints, and, like, not having the guts to go on camera, and that overexposed camera, and the awkward turtle that was in front of said camera. Oh, memories. But, like, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just been, like, I've really had to, like, take my own advice with the art block, and, like, I think, like, it's just kind of, for me, it's kind of sad to, like, go through a bit of an art slump, because, like, you know, you really, like, press into for so long, and, like, people have, like, prophesied over me about, like, being an artist and stuff like that, and it's just like, oh, I really don't want to draw at the moment. I really don't, like, but, like, I find, like, these days more pleasure in writing, because I get more detail into it. But then, like, you know, with art you can capture something visually, like, what God wants to say through it. It's just a bit of a balance, and I'm not going to lie, it's hard this season to draw, but, you know, we are showing up, we are doing the thing, and it's all going to be grand. And, like, even looking back over this past year, like, I'll maybe do, like, a sort of more, like, rating my art from when I started YouTube until sort of now. That'll be, like, a maybe separate video coming within the coming weeks, but anyway. But, like, looking back at this whole year of doing YouTube has just been the most crazy, amazing, hard journey. But, like, I'm so thankful, like, what God has taught me in building up my own confidence to, like, you know, get up in front of a congregation and give a word of knowledge to someone, or pray for someone, or get up and talk about, you know, my journey in church, like, that type of thing. Like, God has really given me a lot of confidence, and just to really step out for him, and, you know, not to be in the corner all the time, as much as I love to do my visuals at the back, and, like, no one look at me, I can just be in my little introvert bubble. But yeah, sometimes God wants you to step out and do things that you normally wouldn't do, and that's hard. But, like, you know, I'm so thankful for this channel, and yes, it is small, but I'm very, very thankful for each and every one of you who tune in every week and show love in the comments, and like and share and subscribe. Like, I'm just thankful for each and every one of you who have tuned in and shown love and support to my channel. It means the absolute world to me that, you know, someone is getting something out of it. And at the end of the day, as I've always said to myself with the art and being online, if one person is impacted by it, then I've done my job. And yeah, it's gonna be different over the coming weeks with my content. Like, I don't really know what is going to happen. Like, I'm really letting God take the lead, and I do enjoy like the voiceovers, like just talking and like not having to show my face or put on any makeup. It's great. But I think that's just me being lazy. But yeah, but I guess really sort of more lifey sort of updates, like, you know, like a lot of things are slowing down for this summer, which I am quite glad about, to be honest with you, because I've been going quite hard in church and in work and everything else. And I'm just glad to have a bit more time, I guess, to create hopefully this summer and just to really take things slow, hopefully again. I've really picked up my reading again, which is a lot of fun. I will link my personal TikTok down below if you want to check out my little book talk videos. Maybe I'll do some reviews. Maybe, we'll see. That's like a whole other kettle of fish. Oh. But anyway, yeah, it's just been nice just to be chilling and, like, you know, getting up and doing my voiceovers and have a lot more collabs in the works, which is very, very exciting. And yeah, I can't wait to share that with you guys hopefully soon. I don't want to be like soon and it'll be like a year's time. Like, I'm not going to be at that crack, but like, you know. Oh, yeah, it's just been, I'm very tired at the moment, as you can maybe tell in my voice. Like, oh, like I have the day off from work, thank God, because I just needed a day off just to like get everything sorted for Saturday, as I am recording this video, excuse me. I'm working on right now as we speak, doing my website for Saturday, getting the launch ready, getting everything all good to go. And yeah, it is very exciting to launch a new website. I'm very excited for what God is going to do through this artwork, and brand new artwork I may add, and brand new tote bags. I am very, very excited for that. And yeah, so I hope to do more character content in the future, but let me know what else you want me to do. Do you want me to give like more prophetic words? Like, not like, I'm not doing Kingdom Spouse words. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm not doing it. No way, Jose. No way. Nope, nope, nope. But anything else aside of that, yes, maybe just like encouragement from the Bible, and like, you know, with the whole thing of prophesying, it always has to link back to the word and what God has already said, but just, you know, reiterating it again for encouragement and all that good stuff there. But yeah, it's been a nice wee season so far. You know, I've definitely, like, you know, taking things a bit more slow in the single season, and just, you know, seeing what God has and just being open to what he has and what I may, you know, maybe not have chosen for myself type thing. Maybe like a year ago, like I wanted to like be an artist and be this full time, but then God has just kind of like, I guess, not taken away that identity as an artist, but I think has given me a lot more, you know, what's the word? A lot more tunes in my belt to glorify him, if that makes sense. Like, you're not just one thing, like, you know, you can be a lot of different things and be multi-passionate, and that's not a bad thing at all. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this wee sketch. It is one of my original characters. It is just a sketch. It is not, you know, like a proper piece like I just did for this video, just to have a little something that you guys can watch. But like, yeah, I definitely, like, I love my characters. I'm just going to put it out there. I really do. Like, I'm quite proud of how they've come along, and just, you know, a lot of people on TikTok back in the day did not like them at all, but I do, and I'm proud of them. And that's just a little saying for you, if you are creative and you're struggling with your comments or anything that got there, you know, you have to be proud of your art. You have to take ownership of it, and it's not a bad thing to like your characters and to like your art. Yeah, just want to put that out there before we wrap up today's video. So I hope you enjoyed this little sketch and being this little random chat, and yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and leave a wee thumbs up. That'll really help the video to get out there on the algorithm, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, and God bless for today.